Welcome to round 5, and this is layout number 1 for the series that I am doing with Megan, Hannah, and Khristina called For the Love of Homemade Kits. So I'm starting out with this first layout here, and what I'm doing with this layout is I'm working with some colors that I normally don't work with. In other words, if you see the background here, it's kind of like um, I guess an aqua bluish kind of color and gold. So I'm working with the two colors together, and so this is going to take me a little bit, a little while, excuse me, to kind of fiddle around here. And you can see that I got my pile of stuff here on the right side, and I'm just kind of going through some of it and seeing what works and what doesn't work for this layout. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper here and cut it on an angle, and this is from L Studio. This is the dot paper that we're supposed to have. And I'm cutting just two pieces off of here because I'm going to use it for the top and the bottom. So that'll kind of like ground the layout and give it a little bit of a, something so it doesn't look like it's floating in the air there. And you can see I got that wood circle there. I forgot what those are called, but people use those for like needle points, but I like those. I got those from the craft story there, the craft market. That's what it is, craft market. Gee, I can't even remember. That just goes to show you how much stuff we have in our stashes. Oh my goodness. But anyway, so what I'm doing here is going through all of my die cut pieces and trying to figure out what's going to work on here and what's not. And I do fiddle around here a little bit, which is a little bit abnormal for me. Usually I kind of know right offhand what I'm going to use, and I kind of pick it out ahead of time. But in this case, I didn't do that. So you get to see me fooling around here and trying to make things fit for the and just trying to get it to where I like how it looks on the layout. So there I go there. And I love those little acetate pieces that I got too. I'm glad I decided to put those in the kit because this is the first one that I'm using for this layout. So now I'm getting, yeah, see, so I'm still fiddling around here trying to figure out where everything goes. It was a little bit difficult for me to work a little bit with these colors. I'm used to working with colors that are just like coming at you and kind of bright, so I'm not sure what I'm doing right here, but I think I know what I'm doing. I was watching, I was watching my iPad there, so, and I wasn't paying no attention to what I was doing. Anyway, so now I'm going to start gluing some of these things down. I decided to go ahead and do that because I wanted to make a commitment here as far as getting at least the top and the bottom grounded on the layout. And I'm putting those down, like I said, they're cut diagonal, so it's not crooked or anything. It's just that's the way I cut it. And I decided to go ahead and cut some of that vellum off so that I don't waste it, and then put the part where I tore it at underneath. Using some used fun foam here to put it on the whole entire backing because it's going to be going over top of that wood veneer piece right there. So that's what I decided to do with that. And then I got this card that I decided to go ahead and pick out, which I'm going to use for journaling, and you'll see how I use that for journaling a little later. There we go. So now it's sitting a little bit better. Got to cut a little bit off, but yeah, it's sitting better now underneath that piece. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to start putting the things behind it, and this is where I decide to, let's see, what am I doing here? I forgot what I was going to be doing. Oh, I think I'm still looking at my iPad, yeah. Anyway, so this is where I decided to go ahead and start committing to the pieces that I had picked out earlier for the layout, and I'm putting them down here on different parts of this, and then I'm going to glue this piece of fun foam down. Which, by the way, the HEG gun works really well on that fun foam because one side is adhesive and the other side isn't, so it works really good. And there I go, putting them down, putting some of the pieces down. Had to lift up that fun foam a little bit with the photo on it because it got stuck down here. And now I'm putting the rest of the pieces down here in the different areas. So I'll tell you a little bit about the photo. The photo is of my two grandchildren, and we were doing a family photo session at the Monterey shore there in Monterey Bay. And It was beautiful out there. Oh my gosh, and these rocks were the perfect setting for this photo. So that's what we decided to do that day. And I think yes, it was. It was Mother's Day of last year. And we took quite a few photos from Mother's Day of last year. So um, I'm just pretty much excited on how this came out. And then the colors that we all wore were the same colors as David and Faith are wearing right here in the photo. So we all wore a little bit of that color for this photo session. So now I'm getting down some washi, and that is my favorite washi actually. That is the really thin strips with the gold and foiled arrows on it. Oh man, I just love that washi. So anyway, so the photo session turned out pretty good, and we got some of everybody. And then we went to go eat, of course, you know, we had to do that. And that's pretty much it for the photo. But now I'm working on thinking there's some other things I need to do, and I'm going to use some of these little liquid kind of enamel dots called Irresistibles. And it's by Imagine This, and I'm going to be putting those down. It takes a while for those to dry, so this is kind of like hours later. I'm showing you all the little black dots and things like that on this, and that's what I used right there. And now I am going to put the title down. So here is the completed layout at Monterey Shore, and I see how I journaled on that card there a little bit, and it's completed. Thank you guys for watching, and be sure to tune in to Khristina's, Megan's, and Hannah's channel to see what they come up with their kids. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.